Hi everyone, I'm Spiro. This week at Newsbud, our financial expert covers the economic partnership that has the U.S. scrambling. Our China expert breaks down a massive military show of force by China. Our financial expert exposes the coming real estate crisis that will make the 2008 financial crisis look like child's play. But first, Newsbud would like to thank everyone who contributed to our fundraiser that just ended. We'd like to also thank and welcome all of the new subscribers to our website. Now, Newsbud is only funded through your donations and subscriptions, and we really do count on your support to make what we do here at Newsbud possible. A monthly subscription costs less than $10 and will provide you with full access to all the amazing content that our distinguished team of experts produce on a daily basis. Now let's take a look at what a Newsbud subscriber gets just in the last week of a monthly subscription. This week, Newsbud's founder, Sibel Edmonds, had an exclusive interview with internationally acclaimed author and CIA expert Douglas Valentine. They go in-depth breaking down the CIA's control over the media and their power to manipulate the perception of the public. Sibel Edmonds and Doug Valentine go on record naming names, exposing key elements of the deep state.
Let's talk about the bosses, because CIA is not, if you go up the chain, they are not right at top of the chain. So we know that the CIA is not answerable to Congress. Of course it's not. It's not answerable to any president, as you said. They are the ones who actually rule the presidents. It's not the other way around. Let's talk about the CIA's ultimate bosses. Who does the CIA serve? Let's put some names. Let's put some faces, Doug.
That's a big question. Let me give you an example. I met a CIA guy. He was a Marine in Vietnam.
This is a must-see interview, and it's available right now for members at newsbud.com. This week, the media did not report the fact that $8 billion of your U.S. tax dollars went directly to the most oppressive regime on earth, Saudi Arabia, through U.S. foreign military sales contracts by the Department of Defense that are making the war profiteers of the military-industrial complex like Boeing, Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, and Lockheed Martin literally bloody rich. One of Newsbud's U.S. military veteran team members, Christian Sorensen, wrote an exclusive report for Newsbud documenting the U.S. military-industrial complex spending of your hard-earned tax dollars that is funding oppressive regimes like Saudi Arabia and their illegal wars like the one being waged right now in Yemen that is killing innocent civilians every day. Now, these reports by Newsbud are truly one of a kind, and you will not find them anywhere else but newsbud.com. Now, this week, one of Newsbud's geopolitical experts, William Engdahl, delves deep into the modern merchant of death, Erik Prince, covering the many irons in the fire, so to speak, that the founder of Blackwater has, including his bid to run a privatized CIA that would carry out all sorts of black ops, including assassinations. Plus his mission to privatize the war in Afghanistan and the strange bedfellows Prince has, as he is currently working for the Chinese government, which owns a 20% stake in one of his private security firms. Engdahl really does a fantastic job exposing what the bought and paid for establishment media is sweeping under the rug in this week's edition of A Different View with William Engdahl, exclusively available for Newsbud members. Non-members can watch and share at Newsbud Vimeo on demand. Now, it's been said that your home is the largest investment most people will make in their life. Even if you are not a homeowner, you're going to want to know about this because it will most likely affect you too, as it will most likely affect your landlord. Now, this week, Newsbud's financial expert Pi Ian provides a critical economic analysis of the volatile real estate market that the big banks, Wall Street, and the government simply do not want you to see. Now, if you think that the financial crisis of 2008 was bad or that it won't happen again in a much more severe way, then you need to see this exclusive report titled Real Estate Crisis 2.0, What You Need to Know by Newsbud's financial expert Pi Ian.
If you're not a Newsbud member yet, please join and tell others. It costs practically nothing, yet gives you information you're not supposed to know, thus empowering you to stay ahead of the herd and think like the establishment planners think.
The full report is available for members at newsbud.com. Non-members can watch and share right now at Newsbud Vimeo on demand. Now, this week on Newsbud's Geopolitical Report with Kurt Nimmo, Nimmo documents the blood-soaked road of one of the most notorious false flags in American history that helped launch the U.S. into the Vietnam War, which ultimately cost the lives of millions of people.
On August 4, 1964, President Lyndon Johnson went on national television and told the American people North Vietnam had attacked U.S. warships in the Gulf of Tonkin. Johnson claimed that North Vietnamese torpedo boats had attacked the USS Maddox in international waters. what he said was an unmistakable provocation that demanded a U.S. military response. He asked Congress to approve his plan to bomb North Vietnam.
Surprisingly, not many people are even aware of this event or the false flag tactics, despite declassification of documents. Now, false flags have been used throughout history and are still used today. And this video is a must-see for everyone and a great video to share with people who may not be up to speed on the covert and illegal operations in which governments, including our own, are willing to go in order to get what they want. Now again, you will not see this reported on your local evening news. This is hard-hitting information backed up with documentation, and it's exclusively available right now for Newsbud community members. Non-members can watch and share at Newsbud Vimeo on demand. Now, in this week's edition of Newsbud's Russian Newspaper Monitor, Professor Kovacevic covers what the Russian press declared the top stories of 2017. Kovacevic also breaks down the economic alliance between Russia and China that is continuing to grow stronger every single day, that really has the US, NATO, and their allies becoming increasingly desperate to find a solution for. Are more false flags, sabotage, and covert operations in the cards? How about an all-out war? Find out all this and more on this week's episode of Russian Newspaper Monitor titled 2018, the bloodiest year of the 21st century, exclusively at Newsbud.com. Just like all Newsbud productions, members have 24/7 access, but now non-members can watch and share at Newsbud Vimeo on demand. This week on Newsbud's China Watch, Peter Lee breaks down the latest show of force as China showcases its military might. Peter Lee also deconstructs the latest efforts by the United States to counter China's growing influence on the economic and world stage. What I love about Newsbud's China Watch is that Peter Lee, who lived in China for 20 plus years and who fluently speaks the language, provides the backstory and the context to many of these complicated issues that you will never ever hear from the establishment media, which continuously promotes the U.S. war machine. Now, this episode and all of Newsbud's latest can be seen right now by subscribing members. If you're not a member, Newsbud Vimeo on demand is your ticket, or you can subscribe today. Now, this week, Newsbud's Kurt Nimmo wrote an exclusive article detailing the extreme case of hypocrisy on parade regarding the United States' latest actions against Pakistan, suspending their military aid. And get this, the reasoning reportedly behind this move is because the U.S. is stating Pakistan is supporting the Taliban. Never mind the fact the U.S. helped to create the Taliban and has been supporting them for a long time when it fits their agenda. Well, in this exclusive article, Nimmo cuts through all of the BS and breaks down the real motivation behind the unprecedented move by the Trump administration that, again, you simply will not find reported truthfully in a nonpartisan manner with integrity by the mainstream corporate media. But you can be sure to find it exclusively at Newsbud.com for subscribing members. Now, Newsbud also offers our own aggregated news, and we call it Sibel's Picks. It's the best source for aggregated news online. You get nearly 100 links a week, and Newsbud's founder, Sibel Edmonds, handpicks each story herself. Now, if you're not a Newsbud member yet, why not join today and give us a shot? There is no contract or obligation. It costs practically nothing, and your subscription allows this independent news organization that was founded by FBI whistleblower and award-winning activist Sibel Edmonds, who risked everything to bring the truth to the people, to continue to operate on a daily basis with the highest standards for integrity and accuracy in our reporting and analysis. Plus, your subscription will get you full access to all of the content at Newsbud.com, including the videos, the articles, the interviews, the roundtables, and much more from our team of experts. You will not be disappointed. From all of us here at Newsbud, thank you for your support and stay tuned for next week's lineup.
That's all for this week. Thanks for watching, and thanks for supporting Newsbud. We're 100% independent media. No ads, no sponsors, and hey, no money! Please encourage your friends to subscribe to Newsbud and join the best community of free thinkers on the internet. Real independent media for independent thinkers.